Hey y'all, so today's workout is pretty simple. We've got, for intensity and technique, we've got a 5-mile run. Just got done with it. It's 95 degrees outside here in Austin, Texas. So it's kind of a nasty one, but we'll kind of talk about tips and things regardless of the temperature. But if you've got a 7.5 to 10 minute best mile ever, we're just gonna change that number from 5 miles, we're gonna go to 4 miles. And if you have a 10+ minute best mile ever, we're gonna go just to 3 miles. So what I like to do is there's a lot of run tracker apps. I don't like to have my phone with me, so I just get on Google Maps and I go and map out my route beforehand, and then I just go for it. So Google Maps, you can go to the satellite view and you can measure distances around, so you can go find a good little loop by your house. So I'll keep this one short and simple. Tips for these longer runs. If you're a runner, obviously 5 miles probably isn't that long, but for us who typically do this more high intensity stuff, we end up getting really good at these longer runs, but we don't have a lot of experience with the longer runs. So my tips is whenever I start out, I'm really focusing on posture. For me, that ends up being the hardest part, is as I get more tired, my shoulders tend to round forward and my back muscles get real tired. And as soon as we lose that posture, it's a lot harder to get big breaths in through the belly. So I like to just start off focusing on posture, seeing if I can get everything aligned just like we would in everything else we do in the gym. Then I try and get into a breathing rhythm. So from the very start, I'm not just waiting till I get out of breath. From the very start, I'm really focusing on getting as much air in. It ends up becoming a rhythm with my steps where I'm getting air in and exhaling it, getting air in and exhaling it, getting air in and exhaling it. So I'm just trying to get posture, and that helps me focus, getting breath down into my belly. And I'm just trying to get into a rhythm where I can get a lot of air in, and that's where I really put my focus. Then from there, I just make sure my feet are acting like springs. And when people tend to get tired, and also when people are just running, if they haven't worked on the skill of running a lot, they spend a lot of time with each foot on the ground. So every millisecond that you spend with your foot on the ground, you have to support your body weight. So we want you landing and using that arch to kind of spring up. So I just kind of go through these checklists. There's other checklists I do also based on running technique, but these are kind of the primary ones when I'm focusing on a longer run, just setting up the beginning and then every so often checking in on these things. So I can just be as efficient as possible at getting air in, and I can be as efficient as possible at how I'm using my muscles. So we've got a lot of running videos where we talk about techniques and tips and things like that. So I recommend watch one of them, watch all of them, or just go off of what you know in your warm up, kind of do some drills, getting some focus in, and just pick a couple things, 2 or 3 things that you can focus on from the very beginning of your run, and then you can just cycle through those things throughout your run as you go. What I'm trying to do is once I kind of settle in, I'm trying to feel my breathing and just push the pace as much as I can without giving myself kind of that dizzy feeling. But I'm really trying to push the pace and be in an uncomfortable pace as much as I possibly can. And I just try and control all of these things. And if I got to pull back, I pull back a little bit. But really, it's easy to get caught up in how long the run is. And when you're a quarter of the way, you're like, I'm only a quarter of the way. So just have short little goals. It's just like, okay, focus on this till you get to that thing. Focus on this till you get to that thing. Focus on this till you get to that thing. Those short little goals can distract you and just kind of keep you moving. But anyway, have fun with this. See you on the other side.